Hi, y'all. Welcome back. Moon Griffon Show. Great to have you with us. 844-766-6607. Hickson has a hotline if you'd like to be part of the program. We're going to jump gears. Of course, Miss Ann Coulter joins us. And, of course, y'all all know Miss Ann because she's been all over the place. I can promise you. Political commentator, author, syndicated columnist, lawyer, Donald Trump supporter, anti-Donald Trump supporter. How you doing, Miss Coulter?
Fine, thank you. I just want Trump to be a Trump supporter.
Hey, I love it. I love it. By the way, before I get into a little Q&A, I do want to mention April 5th, you will be down in Andrea's restaurant in Metairie. Y'all having a big town hall meeting. The event is titled Masters of the Universe, Big Tech versus Free Speech and Privacy. And, of course, folks, you can go to Breitbart. You can check it out and get an opportunity to go see it. But anyway, first of all, thank you so much for being part of the program.
Absolutely. I can't wait to be down there. I love that area, and I love your accent. I hope they all talk like you, every single person I encounter.
No, let me tell you something. They don't have this much class to talk like me, and I just hate to tell you right now. No, you're going to have a lot of fun, and I know you're not a real heavy lady if I see pictures of you, but you got to be able to eat a lot when you go down there. I'm just letting you know that you got to enjoy yourself.
I remember that.
Yeah, you got to be able to enjoy yourself a little bit. Anyway, Ann Coulter. And no, I do want to talk to you about that. I know you're original Trump supporter, and now you wrote an article you're really upset with him, disappointed, not on the Trump bandwagon anymore. And by the way, I understand that, but is he kind of tied up a little bit by these wimp Republicans? Because, God have mercy, the Congress and the House and the Senate are so weak.
Yes, well, I discovered that when Trump was running for president. I've been a lifelong Republican. And one of the wonderful things the amazing Trump campaign accomplished was really exposing at least these modern Republicans in Congress now. It's all about their donors. It's all about getting the Koch brothers and the meat packers, the farmers, their cheap labor, and they don't care what happens to the country. They don't care about what happens to their fellow Americans. So hating the other Republicans, mission accomplished. That was done as of the end of the campaign. And by the way, I think it's worth mentioning that in this heinous omnibus bill that purports to actively prevent President Trump from building any part of his wall.
Well, by the way, when you
prohibits the prototype, says that he can only repaint some rickety fences on 33 miles of the border as a caravan of Central Americans march on our border. Why do we have a military moon? What is the point? Because we get a few troops back from Afghanistan to defend our borders. But it's worth saying that this heinous omnibus bill that Trump signed, totally betraying his voters, it was opposed and voted against by Tom Cotton from Arkansas, by David Perdue, Georgia, Ron Johnson, Minnesota, Rand Paul, of course, basically on spending grounds. So
by the way, both senators in Louisiana voted against it. John Kennedy and Bill Cassidy.
I am so happy I'm coming to Louisiana. See, okay, there's a state I can trust. So we have some potential primary candidates against Trump in 2020, because if he doesn't build the wall, and he doesn't seem like he has any intention of doing so. I mean, I've been writing about this since basically a week after November 8th, describing how the establishment, the Democrats and the media would try to get Trump to break his promises, and that's all they've wanted him to do. You may remember, and for the youngsters listening, look up the first George Bush and how he promised, read my lips, no new taxes. And I mean, I've written about that a lot. I went back and looked at the Nexus files because I kind of remembered it at the time. The New York Times editorial page, news pages, pushing him. Oh, do the responsible thing. You'll be politically popular if you just raise taxes. As soon as he raised taxes, the Democratic Party and the New York Times went wild about how he had forfeited the Republican Party's most potent weapon. He had broken his pledge. He was taunted for it. People voted for Bill Clinton over the first George Bush on the grounds that they wanted their taxes cut.
But Ann, let me ask you a quick question.
What promise do you think they want Trump to violate? The one he made at every single campaign rally, every single day for 18 months.
By the way,
he's commander-in-chief. He can build the wall. He could have started it the day after his inauguration.
Well, by the way, I think a lot like Ann Coulter is joining us. Miss Ann, but here's the deal. Can he come back from this? Do you think he has any chance?
He builds the wall, but not by tweeting. We want action, not tweets. It's not called the Great Tweet of China.
No, by the way, I agree. But let me ask you a question. And a lot of people, and I heard Limbaugh and some other people say this whole bill was to bury Trump. And I don't know if that's not true. But one of the things I'm curious about, they kept saying he can work with the military because this is not a standard budget. Can he go
Ann's been saying this forever.
Can they go to the military and say, hey, we're taking $75 billion up and we're building a wall, and Mattis goes, hey,
yes!
take it. Well, they ought to do that.
Yes!
If he does that now, then he would win.
Telling him directly, I've been putting it in columns since before he was elected. That was what was so great about Trump's campaign promises. All of them, not only his central campaign promise, without which he would not be president, to build a wall, all the stuff he was talking about, renegotiating NAFTA, not signing Trans-Pacific Partnership, allowing ICE to do its job, deporting illegals, overturning Obama's executive order on Dreamers, and absolutely 100% building wall. It is all exclusively within the power of the president. The only promise he made that he needs Congress for was to overturn Obamacare. Yeah. Thanks, Congress. Everything else is 100. He is the commander-in-chief. The Constitution makes him the commander-in-chief. His job under the Constitution is to defend the borders. It is not to be building fences, as the omnibus bill requires, building fences in Egypt, in Syria, in Afghanistan. No, it is to protect our borders. Oh, good grief. How can anyone who is president not know this, besides the fact that I've been saying it forever?
Yeah, no doubt about it. Ann Coulter, my special guest, and she's written so many columns and books and things of that nature. Hey, Ann, what about, I know you're doing this thing with Breitbart on free speech.
Yes.
Are we concerned? I am, big time, and because of not only what I do for a living, but really way beyond that, people having free speech. Example, you think, I say this all the time, I believe in traditional marriage. I believe in one man and one woman. I think that's how God intended. You think I'm going to be able to say that one day? You think I'm going to be able to say that climate change and man-made global warming, what a hoax, what a joke? You think one day I will not be able to say that?
It is stunning what has become hate speech and that can get you banned from Twitter or Facebook. What is it? Google is going to go in, or Apple is going to go in and read your messages now. Wow. No, this has been, the world has really changed with the advent of the Internet. The left has all of our cultural institutions, most clearly the mainstream media, and it is driving them crazy that we can get the truth through alternative media sites. So no, I've been terrified of this for some time. That is absolutely what the left wants, what the Democrats want more than anything else, even more than continuing our endless dump of third world immigrants on the country. They've got to shut us up. Yeah. And by the way, that hate speech you just gave as an example, supporting traditional marriage, that what is now hate speech, bannable, and probably worthy of prison soon. That was Barack Obama's position circa 2009.
I believe
a few years later, bam, hate speech. But you look at what's happening in Western Europe. It's really stunning. They will allow these Pakistani Muslim rape gangs in Rotherham to run wild, raping, grooming, as they say it, thousands of little British girls. That they turn a blind eye to because they don't want to be politically incorrect. But if you criticize Muslims, whoa, the police will be at your door, and they are literally putting people in prison. Wow. For the hate speech, mostly against Muslims. There's one, my favorite one last week. I assume you saw this because it is hilarious. Some guy in England, to annoy his girlfriend, taught her pug to do a Nazi salute. I'd love to see this pug. Anyway, he's in prison now, Moon.
Oh, prison. God. Oh my God. Well, one of the things,
pranking his girlfriend.
I don't have but a few seconds left. But just like this David Hogg fella, they let him go out say anything, making him a hero against the Second Amendment. Try to criticize him or say one thing against what he's doing, and all of a sudden they'll beat you to death. That's what I mean by stopping free speech. This guy can say what he wants to, but nobody better criticize him. Well, he stuck his nose out there now.
No, that's right. I wrote about it in Godless with the Jersey Gals, I guess they call themselves. One of the first iterations of liberals sending out victims to make their arguments for them so that no one can respond.
Yep.
Well, no, okay, if you want to make your argument, whether it's, against the Iraq War or for a 9/11 Commission or against the Second Amendment, send out, Chuck Todd to make the argument, or let Chuck Schumer make the argument. Don't send out a victim whom you're then going to cry and weep if we criticize him.
And I got to go. Ann Coulter, Andrea's restaurant in Metairie. It is on April the 5th in New Orleans. Going to be a lot of fun. Hey, Ann, let's do it again. God bless, and I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you. Good to talk to you, Moon. Bye-bye.
Okay, Ann, thank you. Yeah, let us find somebody who can speak as well as I do. Well, that would not be hard when she says hi to the butler. Says hi to the guy. The bellhop would be better. All right, folks. God bless. See you tomorrow.